use innovative methods that keep the minds and hearts of our students engaged. Our cafeteria isn't just a place to eat. It's a hub of nourishment and community. Our sports activities are always filled with fun and creativity that promote teamwork and confidence in every child. With access to the latest educational software, learners are prepared for the digital age with confidence and creativity, empowering students with skills in and out of the classroom. Swimming is a life skill that is cardinal for survival. Our ballet programs teaches more than just dance. It installs grace, discipline, and expression. The heart of knowledge builds in our school library with a wide collection of fiction, non-fiction, reference material, and digital resources. Our school offers exciting and safe playground facilities for both ECE and primary students. Safety is our top priority, and our drivers are carefully selected for their professionalism and commitment to the well-being of our students. At Christ Life School, we believe education is not just about passing exams, it's about preparation. So, if you are looking for a school that feels like home, where your child will be known, loved, and challenged to reach their highest potential, then Christ Life School is the place.
Welcome to it. This is the CBC Main News. My name is Kondwelani Jose. Before we get to the details, let's have a look at the headlines. South Africa Constitutional Court dismisses Lungu family's appeal. President Hichilema attends WHO Africa Region Committee session. Government ages calm amid Constitutional Court ruling on Lungu's burial. We now get the detail. The Constitutional Court of South Africa has declined to hear a direct appeal by the Lungu family against the Pretoria High Court ruling that ordered the repatriation of Mr. Lungu's body for burial in Zambia. This translates to mean that the South African Constitutional Court has stopped the case of appeal and holds the South Africa High Court's original decision, which is to repatriate late President Lungu's remains back to Zambia for burial. Earlier this month, the Lungu family petitioned the South African Constitutional Court for permission to lodge a direct appeal against the Pretoria High Court ruling that directed the return of Mr. Lungu's return to Zambia for burial. Former First Lady Esther Lungu, together with her family members, lodged their application on the same day the full bench of the Pretoria High Court was scheduled to hear a request for leave to appeal its ruling delivered a week earlier. As a result, the proceedings were postponed indefinitely. In her affidavit to the Constitutional Court, Mrs. Lungu argued that the Pretoria High Court had disregarded the constitutional and legal rights of her family, which are safeguarded under both the Constitution and common law. She emphasized that such protections apply universally in South Africa and therefore extend to the Lungu family. She further contended that the court had overlooked similar rights guaranteed to the family under Zambian law. Initially, the Lungu family was seeking a request to skip the South Africa Supreme Court of Appeal entirely and go straight from the South Africa High Court to the South Africa Constitutional Court, which only happens in very rare circumstances, which should include, that is, in the interest of justice, to hear the matter directly. That the case raises a novel and important point of law of general public importance that only the Constitutional Court can resolve, and that there is a reasonable prospect of success on the merits of the appeal. However, the Constitutional Court in the Lungu family appeal has found that the applicant has failed to prove the mentioned conditions. This now translates to mean that the applicant, who the Lungu family must follow the normal longer path through the court system, which will follow through the South Africa court hierarchy. And according to the South Africa judicial process, the High Court is the first court to hear a major cause, and then the Supreme Court of Appeal hears any appeals from the High Court, followed by the Constitutional Court, which is the highest court for constitutional matters.
The government of the Republic of Zambia has taken note of the Constitutional Court of South Africa's ruling concerning the barrier of the sixth President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. On behalf of the government, we want to thank the court for its timely consideration of the matter. While the government respects the court's decision, it remains committed to working with Dr. Lungu's family to reach an arrangement that takes into consideration the family's wishes and interests, but also takes into account the rights of the government. Our position is unchanged. The late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping with the stature of his office. We want to thank citizens for their understanding at this time and for avoiding inflammatory comments. Now is the time for all of us to keep the Lungu family in our thoughts and prayers as we mourn the loss of the former president. Thank you and God bless you.
Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, has issued a statement regarding the Constitutional Court of South Africa's ruling on the barrier of the 60th President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Mr. Kangwa says the government of Zambia has taken note of the court's decision and wants to thank the court for its timely consideration of the matter. While respecting the court's ruling, the government remains committed to working with Dr. Lungu's family to reach an arrangement that takes into account their wishes and interests as well as the rights of the government. He stresses that the government's position remains unchanged, emphasizing that the late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping with the stature of his office. He is urging the citizens to avoid inflammatory comments and instead keep the Lungu family in their thoughts and prayers as they mourn the loss of the former president.
The government of the Republic of Zambia has taken note of the Constitutional Court of South Africa's ruling concerning the barrier of the sixth President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. On behalf of the government, we want to thank the court for its timely consideration of the matter. While the government respects the court's decision, it remains committed to working with Dr. Lungu's family to reach an arrangement that takes into consideration the family's wishes and interests, but also takes into account the rights of the government. Our position is unchanged. The late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping with the stature of his office. We want to thank citizens for their understanding at this time and for avoiding inflammatory comments. Now is the time for all of us to keep the Lungu family in our thoughts and prayers as we mourn the loss of the former president. Thank you and God bless you. Their understanding at this time and for avoiding inflammatory comments. Now is the time for all of us to keep the Lungu family in our thoughts and prayers as we mourn the loss of the former president. Thank you and God bless you.
The Zambia Revenue Authority, ZRA, has sharpened its skills to maximize revenue collection from mining houses in Zambia. Speaking at a mining indaba in Lufwanyama District, Copperbelt Province, ZRA Senior Inspector Kelvin Kafupi highlighted the importance of strengthening institutions through legal and policy frameworks, technology utilization, and operational oversight. Kafupi noted that new laws, including Act No. 14 of 2024, aim to maximize profit shifting by foreign-dominated mining entities and retain more taxes within the country. Kafupi emphasized the importance of leveraging technology and data utilization, citing the implementation of smart invoicing systems that allow ZRA to track mining transactions in real time. He also stressed the need for skilled personnel to monitor mining operations effectively, highlighting ZRA's expanded recruitment of mining engineers, metallurgists, and geologists. These efforts aim to ensure fair revenue collection and minimize revenue loss. Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, official Anderson Zulu, highlighted the importance of platforms like the Mining Indaba in promoting transparency and accountability. He emphasized the role of civil society organizations in advocating for good governance, prudent resource, and equitable mineral benefits. Zulu noted that civil society organizations help build capacity within mining companies to respond to community demands and facilitate dialogue among stakeholders. He also cited initiatives like the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI, as vital sources of information for communities.
Our mind won't say, "How not to for some." Tira na imu enfionze femulechita. Tira bashisha fyomkomo. Aka swakata kalawa na twisho tira wa usually na bashisha so much tonnage. Na taxi nenso. Tira tulefika insta ya kulipila na twishi bakala kutira. Tulesa nulo. Nefifingo. The other part Bridget mentioned was capacity building. Meaning, these institutions to strengthen the poor who are involved in that. Do they have the capacity to monitor the mines? So we need to have the right skills to actually monitor the mines. To quickly move on it, if we come to ZRA, over the times with reforms and what we've been saying, ZRA went to a period where we're saying, even when we are tax collectors, we will not narrow our skills to accounting, we will not narrow our skills to economics. So ZRA over the years has employed even mining engineers, metallurgists, geologists, so that whatever is actually happening and whatever they are giving us, along with accountants, they work together with the economists and know that we are getting a fair share of what is supposed to come to us.
Civil societies also play a role in ensuring that in case there is violation, they bring out information of the violation in the mining sector, like in terms of pollution. But also they go further to offer litigation support to communities in the case that we see that a mining company has violated environmental laws and they have not done anything about it. We offer that support as civil society, ensuring that at least litigation can be done.
President Hakainde Hichilema this morning attended, I beg your pardon, I think that story has been taken. We'll read it anyway. President Hakainde Hichilema this morning attended a side event on the occasion of the 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa. The president's presence at this high-level event underscores Zambia's commitment to addressing health challenges in the region. The 75th session of the WHO Africa Regional Committee has proved to be a significant platform for discussing key health issues affecting the continent by high-level health practitioners. This event has provided an opportunity for stakeholders to engage in critical health topics, share experiences, and identify solutions to improve health outcomes in Africa. As host country, Zambia is well positioned to benefit from the deliberations and outcomes of this important gathering.
Today, I had a nice meeting with a wonderful person called Joy Pumapi, who's leading the African Leaders Malaria Alliance. Excellency, she was informing me that under your leadership, there is what we call the End Cancer Malaria in Zambia. And she was telling me that Zambia is one of the success stories, the way this End Cancer Malaria is working. Then we decided to give Joy opportunity to transform this End Malaria Council to the Health Council and to implement your vision to end cholera and other outbreaks. This is why, Excellency, I have the honor to inform all of our colleagues here that Zambia will be the first country where we will implement, under your leadership, the Health Council in Africa.
In my opening remarks yesterday, I spoke about the opportunity for Africa to chart a new path for sustainable self-reliance. A key part of that journey is self-reliance in production of medical.
It's a great honor that you found the opportunity to grace today's side event being held on the margins of the 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa. This side event focuses on advancing the agenda and securing investments and partnerships towards local production of medicines. 3. During the 3rd International Conference on Public Health in Africa.
Leaders are saying this must come to an end. We cooperate, but we do not continue to be dependent on other people to solve our problems. There's no way we can operate as an island, as a continent. I'm not saying that. Far from it. Cooperation, joint efforts in all areas, essential. But we must take the responsibility to solve our problems. That's a duty that we cannot pass on to somebody. Somebody can only help us, support us.
Right now, we go for a set of commercials. We'll be right back after this break.
Get ready for a life-changing experience.
There is a peace that you can have even though you are broke. There is a peace you can have even though you are not in a relationship. There is a peace you can have even if you don't have a house or a job.
3 days Word Conference, Loving the Lord, featuring powerful speakers from Zambia and America. You won't want to miss out on this opportunity to deepen your faith.
Come and be part of this great convocation. 3 days Word Conference. The Word will be able to build you. See you in this great meeting.
Mark your calendars for August the 29th to the 31st and join us at Christ Life Church, plot number 4, Zambezi Road, Meanwood, Ibex. Don't miss out on this chance to encounter the Lord and be transformed.
We continue with news. In Lusaka today, the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, working with the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, hosted a national summit on climate change and environmental management. The meeting, supported by Ms. Rio, brought together government leaders, civil society, traditional chiefs, and development partners. Guest of honor, Minister Mike Mposha, urged stronger action on adaptation, climate finance, and citizen involvement. The summit ended with a call for unity in protecting Zambia's environment against the growing threat of climate change. We move on to the courts. Patriotic Front Faction Secretary General Raphael Nakachinda has been placed on his defense in a matter where he is accused of inciting people to rise against government through his utterances that are believed to be seditious. Lusaka Chief Resident Magistrate Davis Chimbwili delivered the ruling stating that the prosecution has adduced enough evidence that warrants the accused person to be placed on his defense. In this matter, Nakachinda is facing 1 count of seditious practice, which is contrary to the laws of Zambia. Allegations are that the accused went on air on Kanele FM and ordered his party members to go to the former president Edgar Lungu's house, alleging that some law enforcement agencies were to conduct a search at the former resident's house. The prosecution called 8 witnesses who testified in this matter, including 3 head of agencies, namely Zambia Police, the Drug Enforcement Commission, and the Anti-Corruption Commission, who all disputed that they never received any instructions to raid or conduct any search at Mr. Lungu's residence. Nakachinda has since indicated to the court that he will give sworn-in evidence and called to stand 8 witnesses to testify and help aid his defense. Magistrate Chimbwili has adjourned this matter to October 2nd, 2025 for opening of defense. Francis Kapwepwe, also known as Waimi, has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of hate speech and a single count of expressing or showing hatred, ridicule, or contempt against a group of persons because of race, tribe, and origin of color. This is after he appeared before the Lusaka Magistrate Court and stated that he understood the charges after they were read out to him but denied committing them. Kapwepwe, a businessman aged 29 years old, took stand before Lusaka Magistrate Andrew Mungala, who recorded a plea of not guilty, and the accused has since applied for bail pending trial in this matter, stating that the offences he stands charged with are bailable. The magistrate has reserved September 4th, 2025 as date of ruling on the accused person's bail application and further set 5th September 2025 as date for commencement of trial. In the first count, stipulating hate speech, which is contrary to Section 65 of the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act No. 2 of 2021, Kapwepwe is alleged to have, on 31st March 2025, whilst in the public of Zambia, did using a computer system via his TikTok account named Waimi, the Lion of the World, knowingly and without lawful excuse, used hate speech against the Tonga people. That Nalumango is a foolish woman who has allowed President HH to take Tongas to Kaputa in her home area without saying a word, and that she is being used but has kept quiet like a dry grasshopper. And allegations in the second count are that on the 3rd day of April 2024, Kapwepwe, whilst in the Republic of Zambia, using his TikTok account knowingly and without lawful excuse, he used hate speech against the people of Southern Province that the president wants to install his fellow Tonga chief Mukuni as king, disregarding the 4 senior chiefs, and that he should just separate Southern Province from Zambia and give it another name. And lastly, in count 3, which stipulates the offense of expressing or showing hatred, ridicule, or contempt against a group of persons because of race, tribe, and origin of color, contrary to Section 71 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. It is alleged that Kapwepwe, on the 8th day of April 2025, whilst in the Republic of Zambia and using a computer system via his TikTok page, did utter words that did express or showed hatred, ridicule, or contempt for the people of Southern Province, that they are testicles and they are assholes. We take another break. On the other side, join me for sports and international news. For now, stay glued to CBC Main News.
Hey, CBC Television presents
Battle of the Choirs.
Are you a singing group, choir praise team, musician or other, this is your battle to showcase your talent.
Register yourself now by sending us a short video clip of yourself or group via WhatsApp number 0968261196. You may also come in person to our offices located on plot number 4 Zambezi Drive, Meanwood, Ibex Hill, Lusaka.
This is your time to shine. Don't delay to battle it out in Battle of the Choir.
Chicken rice, which is your favorite?
Zakakupezani. Odo mwona munga machinja mazo mairo mzabwe.
Okay, we want to know the other side of your life, before your ministry, before your background and everything. Ready for that?
In a world filled with noise, CBC is a voice of hope, truth, and transformation. We are a dynamic, purpose-driven broadcaster bringing you content that uplifts, inspires, and changes lives every single day. From youth to professionals, to families and undeserved communities. Our programming speaks to every heart, every home. And for brands with visions, we are the platform that puts your message where it matters the most. We are more than just a channel. We are a movement of faith, of purpose, of impact. Partner with Cbc TV and let your brand stand for something greater. Purpose, integrity, lasting impact. Cbc TV, inspiring transformation.
We're now back with sports. Luyando Foundation's Natasha Mulenga, affectionately known as Pogba, expressed delight after their 1-0 victory over Zanaco ladies in the Eden University Women's Super League. The lanky defender and midfielder acknowledged that the win wasn't easy, but she was thrilled with the positive result. Mulenga says the game was tough, but they worked hard as a team and managed to get the 3 points. The winning goal came from substitute Tamika Simupamba, who scored a stunning long-range strike in the 90th minute, securing Luyando's first win of the 2025-2026 season. Tamika's goal was incredible, Mulenga added. With this victory, Luyando Foundation is looking to build momentum in the league and make a strong statement about their capabilities. The team's next match is eagerly awaited, and fans are hoping for another impressive performance.
I'm joined by Natasha Mulenga, also known as Pogba, defender for Luyando, who have just defeated Zanaco by 1-0. Natasha, first of all, how was the game against Zanaco?
Well, the game wasn't easy. We just managed to score. That was a plus for us, but the game wasn't easy.
Talking about the game not being easy, what was the driving force? Because we could see that you were pushing despite the game being tough.
We told ourselves to be compact because they're striking force, their strikers had speed, so we were just marking them man to man.
Last weekend you lost to Brinigos, today you have won. How does that make you feel?
It's a plus for us, and we told ourselves we need to win this game, and we've delivered.
What target have you set up in this season? We know that last season you played the good role for Luyando, but this time around, what is your personal target?
The target is to be called for the national team, as I'm working extra hard to be seen.
Say to your fans,
please keep on supporting us. We will not disappoint you.
Thank you for your time.
The 2025 Cbc Mujindo Sport Tournament kicked off in Sia Maluba village, Choma, courtesy of Joe Mujindo. The tournament, held annually on August 25 to honor his father, brings together community members from surrounding villages in the spirit of unity. Over 20 teams are participating in the tournament, which will run for 3 weeks in Sias Kabaolai ward. Tournament sponsor Joe Mujindo explained that the event encourages unity among Siamaluba residents and promotes talent identification in rural areas. He extended an invitation to former national team players, local league coaches and soccer scouts to appreciate talent from the rural areas. With a sponsorship of about 50,000 kwacha, Mujindo said the tournament is not only a sporting event but a platform that unites people, provides business opportunities and keeps young people away from harmful activities. The tournament has received support from various traditional leaders. That story item takes us to international news, where we monitored the BBC.
Police officers have been killed and another's been wounded in a shooting in a rural property in the state of Victoria. It happened in the town of Puapunka, around 300 kilometres northeast of Melbourne. Officers described the incident as ongoing. The BBC's Simon Atkinson is in Sydney and had more details about what's happened.
Police have now confirmed that 2 officers have died in that incident and another one has been injured. What we know is they were part of a group of 10 officers who went to the property at Puapunka, about 300 kilometres northeast of Melbourne, to execute an arrest warrant, and clearly something has gone catastrophically wrong. There's already speculation that the fact that they went in such large numbers to do an arrest suggests they may have been expecting problems, but clearly that's exactly what's happened. And as far as we're aware, the alleged offender still hasn't been caught. Details are still kind of coming in, but what we do know is those deaths have been confirmed. The local police association has called it the senseless murder of our mates, and Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said his thoughts are with what's going on. Things like this are very rare in Australia. We don't get much gun crime here. It's got some of the strictest gun regulations in the world. They were brought in after the Port Arthur massacre in Tasmania almost 30 years ago. Although there was an incident in Queensland in December 2022 when officers went to a property and they were ambushed and 3 police were killed. Investigators believe that was religiously motivated terrorism. The inquest into that hasn't fully concluded yet. But certainly we're going to get more information of this as the evening here in Australia wears on. But clearly with the confirmation of those deaths, we know that it is extremely serious.
Simon Atkinson there. Let's go to Victoria now in Australia. The State Police Chief Commissioner Mike Bush is giving a briefing about this incident.
We are deeply, deeply sorry for this event. We will give them every support that we possibly can. And that extends to the officers' immediate families, but also the family of.
Thank you for your watching pleasure. If you missed this bulletin, you can follow through as we're streaming it live on a CBC Facebook page, which is Cbc TV. I'm sure you'll be able to catch up with the news later on. And of course, with other programs that we've been showing on the CBC channel that we're streaming live on the Facebook page, Cbc TV. As we conclude the news, let's have a look at the headlines once again. South Africa Constitutional Court dismisses Lungu family's appeal. President Hichilema attends WHO Africa Regional Committee session. Government urges calm amid Constitutional Court ruling on Lungu's burial. That's it from the desk. On behalf of the entire news crew, my name is Kondwelani Jose. Continue watching CBC, where we continue to inspire transformation every day.